Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Forza Man. Now I really want to thank all you subscribers for hanging in there, because it's been a long cold winter and finally we're ready to get the bike out. It's April 21 today, it's Easter Monday, so it's a day off. The sun has finally come out. It's not blazingly warm, but it's warm enough to maybe do it. I see a lot of bikes getting out, so let's get the bike out today. See, look over there, see, the bikes are out, people are getting out. Alright, so come back here. It's about time the Forza Man got his bike out too. What's up? Hopefully there's still a bike in here. It's been a long cold. There was snow was up to here. As you can see, I got the big snow blower here, but it's finally time. Ta-da! It's still there. It's always nice to know. So what we're going to do, we've got to unplug it here. Yeah, I bet you missed me, didn't you? Was it a long sleep for you? Okay, we're going to go here and just unplug this from the wall, and then we'll get it out. So watch yourself coming back. Just being careful. You don't know how well it's going to start and everything. And I'm not ready to start it yet, because as you can see, the battery was all hooked up to the maintainer. So we've got to get that going. Let's just get it turned around. This is a 2013 BMW C650 GT. Sounds like somebody's car alarm's gone crazy. It's not our car alarm, I don't think.
No, it's coming from over there.
Oop. There we go. So put that back on. And now those are off. Tighten those down. Because you see, this battery bracket helps keep it in place, right? It goes on there and in there, and that keeps it from bumping around when you're getting hog wild. Because I'm a wild man. I am a wild man when it comes to the scooter. So let's go in here. Put that in there. Good and snug. Your battery's now secured. So now we just got to get the side back on. Careful not to lay it down like that. You don't want to scratch it, because these things cost a lot of money to repair. Or to, not repair, but to replace. And it's just a little careful fussing around to get everything where it's supposed to go. I believe, wasn't it? Oh, underneath. Yeah, here it is. And if it's lined up right, it should just thread right in. That's good. Are we ready? And you're right. Don't really go by Forza Man anymore for obvious reasons. So now I've changed the name to C650 Guy, because that's what I'm riding. But we still call it Forza Man. I didn't want to lose all of you. But okay, this is the first startup, so it's been sitting here for a good 6-7 months without running. So let's see how well she starts up. Hang on, just give it a minute. Now it might not start right away because it's the first time. Bear with me. Okay, that was the first try. Give it a little gas.
Does it have a full tank?
Yeah, I parked it with a full tank. Always park it with a full tank so that you don't get any condensation in there and stuff like that. Full tank of premium in there. So I'm just letting it idle real low just to get the oil pressure up again. Oh, and I did change the oil before parking it. You can either do that in the spring or you can change the oil before. But you just want to let it kind of warm up a little bit and get the oil, since it's its first time starting for the year.
Alright, we're heading out. We got everything running. We'll go for a little ride, maybe do a little fun stuff. Mr. Henry, you can't go for a ride. Henry. Let's see if he goes. Alright, we got Ryder in tow. Everybody good to go? Watch this, Henry. Let's see if he freaks out when I start up the bike. Ooh, hang on, she's still getting used to running. Okay. First run of the season, April 21. I didn't go out for some wild thaw in February or anything like that. Oh, I know he wants to go, but I know. Well, we'll go around town a little bit first, but then I got an idea for later. So I was kind of waiting for the sand to get cleared up a bit. And the street sweepers have been out, so I'm not as worried about the sand now. I just got to watch on the corners. We got Ryder in tow. Mirrors are working. We is riding. Oh, tell you one thing, it doesn't feel so cold when you're out just walking around. You get that wind on you. Oh yeah, she's not quite summertime yet. 11 degrees. We're going to head downtown, down to the water. And again, it's the first run, so I just want to kind of go easy on it. I'm not worried about the oil because we changed it just before putting it away. Head down and have a look at the water. Everything's all melted. We just had 2 days of cold, pouring rain. It's finally cleared up. I just want to look and see. Well, we're good. Just riding around the town. Good day for getting out. Alright, let's head back here. We do have a big trip planned this year. I'm not 100% sure exactly where I'm going. I'm thinking maybe out east. So there'll be a big series coming up with that. But that's not till September for the big trip. But there'll be lots of Forza Manishness or C650 guy videos coming out soon as we get back into the season again. Go ahead up here, go look at some gravestones, I guess. It's kind of a weird, morbid thing that we do, maybe, but I consider it historical doing that. So, yeah, I don't know if you think this is weird or not, but sometimes we just like coming up to the cemetery and looking at all the gravestones. It's like, to me, they're historical markers. And you see a lot of historical stuff, and I've kind of asked around for a consensus opinion on, you know, is it right or is it wrong? Is it proper? Is it appropriate to film grave markers? And nobody really knows. Most people just say, well, I don't think anybody there actually minds. But there's some pretty cool old stuff. Like, okay, let's stop here for a second. Okay, so if we look around here, this is probably one of the oldest grave markers in this cemetery in Meaford, seeing as how Meaford was pretty much around 1850 that it even got established. So we've got I believe it was the original postmaster, the first postmaster for this district, and his wife in 1841, and it was erected. Now, they didn't die in 1841, but I guess they were here in 1841 because there he is, William Stevenson, and his grave marker was 1859. he died. So he came here in 1841, which is before this was even a town. And then that's his wife's marker, and she died a couple years later, only 2 years later. And he was 53, and so they were both the same age. So they came here in 1841, and 2 years after he died, she passed away. So I guess they couldn't live apart. So they were buried here, maybe not in this exact spot, but their markers have been preserved. 1859, the first people that I know of were buried in Meaford.